Hey guys, Evan here with another review of sorts. Not an Aegis review, not really a hardware review. This is gonna be kind of a company review. I've been using NiChrome wire from this company here. It's called Humble Wick and Wire. Their website is humblewick, one word, humblewick.com. They're here locally in Utah where I live, and they've been making some great stuff. They're kind of gaining some footing in the industry recently. They're making some wicking materials and some wires. Now, normally I wouldn't review wire. Usually wire's wire. The thing about this is I've been looking for a good quality NiChrome. I build with really low gauge wire, usually 20 gauge, 18 gauge. About the highest gauge wire I've used recently has been 22 gauge. Usually Kanthal. I just got done going through some 18 gauge, really loved it. Been pretty much my all day vape has been 20 gauge, I've been dabbling in 22 gauge, but I was looking for some 20 gauge NiChrome. And usually the issue with NiChrome wire is its melting point. About 1400 degrees Celsius, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Yeah, melting point for NiChrome is about 1400 degrees Celsius. Now, the issue I've had is with the 20 gauge wire, I can build pretty good coils that don't need much compression, so I don't have to worry too much about dry burning them and compressing them and things like that to get the spacing right. I'm pretty okay at building coils that are spaced well without any compression or any pulsing at all on my Addy. However, I still have been running into a problem with the lower gauge NiChrome where the coils will eventually, after a very short amount of time, melt down. What I mean is they'll degrade enough, they'll oxidize enough, and they will reach their melting, and I think as the wire degrades, the melting point becomes less. Now with Kanthal, even after that happens, you don't really have to worry about that too much, mainly because the melting point of Kanthal is so high. Now with NiChrome, with a 1400 degrees Celsius melting point, that's a little bit lower, and we do reach those temperatures in these low ohm cloud chasing trick builds. We do reach those temperatures, and after degradation and things like that, that temperature even drops lower. I've anyway gotten to a point with coils after 2 or 3 days of heavy use with 20 gauge NiChrome80 where those coils will break down. Now, I ran across this company in a local brick and mortar, Riverwalk Vapors. It's riverwalkvapors.com. They've been carrying this. It's fairly new to the industry, the company is. Their wicking material is okay. They've got some hemp. They've got all 100% organic. They've got hemp. They've got Japanese cotton. They've got humble cotton, they're calling it. So they've got a few different wicking materials, but what I'm here to talk about right now is their 20 gauge NiChrome80. Now for those of you who don't know, NiChrome is pretty much a chromium, nickel, and sometimes iron, depending the amounts of iron vary based on the rating of the wire itself, but it's pretty much a chromium nickel alloy. It ohms way lower. For about a foot of 22 gauge NiChrome, you're looking at about 1 ohm. So you need to build a giant damn coil to get a 1 ohm coil with 22 gauge NiChrome, and I vape usually lower gauge than that, usually 20 gauge. So I'm looking at about 8 or so wraps on a dual coil build, around probably a 2.4 millimeter driver in order to get the same ohm rating I would get with 4 or 5 wraps of Kanthal around like a 1.8 millimeter driver. So, you know, it's a kind of a game of give and take when you're working with Kanthal versus NiChrome. But the thing is, I really wanted to get this video out, just a real quick video to talk about this wire. It's a boutique wire for sure, but there is a difference in this wire. It's not just rebranded Temco, you know, or something like that. It's not just a shop brought it in, slapped a label on a spool, and is selling it at a markup. These guys are, I don't know where they're sourcing it. I doubt they're manufacturing it themselves, but I don't know where they're sourcing it from. Maybe they are manufacturing it themselves. I haven't been in contact really with the company to speak of. Just to talk about this wire specifically and an issue I did have. but which has been resolved since then. But with these 20 gauge coils, this will be my go-to for comp builds from here on out. I will have no other go-to wire when it comes to building for comp or tricking, or comp builds or tricking. Then this is where I will go. Humble Wick and wire. Their NiChrome80 is fabulous wire. It's incredible. As long as you can build your coils so they're spaced really well, and as long as you don't have to pulse them and compress them, you know, before you wick them, because with NiChrome you don't have to. The flavor is incredible, especially with the 20 gauge. The flavor is incredible. I don't care what anybody says. With this specific NiChrome80, I've had no metallic taste at all. Some other NiChromes, it's been a little bit, but even with Kanthal, that happens every now and then. But with this NiChrome, no bad taste, nothing like that. Coil life is a little shorter than Kanthal coils, mainly because it's such a pliable, less dense, more malleable, softer wire. But regardless, that's something to be expected. People who use NiChrome know that. They go into the usage of NiChrome. If they've done their research, they know these things. They know coil life is not quite as long. They know not to dry pulse them and all those different things. But I wanted to go on record and say that I believe on the market right now, Humble Wick and Wire's NiChrome80 is one of the best. And I've tried quite a variety of the different NiChrome80s out there. And I believe HumbleWick.com and Humble Wick and Wire, that company, is producing some top quality, top shelf, best in the business NiChrome80 right now. So again, I'm Evan, Influence Vapor. Check out HumbleWick.com. They've got really great NiChrome wire out there right now, guys. And I know I'm just kind of gushing right now about this. I have no affiliation with the company. They've not given me anything free. I paid for this. This is one of the tins that comes with wicking material as well as about 8 feet of wire. $8, and you get about a gram or 2 of wicking material, whatever you choose, and you also get whatever wire you choose. As you can see, the box ticked on there is the 20 gauge. Yeah, so anyway, I don't think I have anything in here. Yeah, I do actually have a little piece. One little piece left. I've used all of it up. But anyway, guys, go check them out, HumbleWick.com. Like I said, really good stuff. You can get it in a bunch of different gauges. They also have Kanthal. They also have nickel. They also have they have NiChrome60, NiChrome80. I think they're coming out with NiChrome90. They have a lot of different options. HumbleWick.com. You can check them out on Facebook as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and vape safe. Vape safe with this NiChrome wire, especially these lower gauges. Build with a few more wraps than you normally would. Make sure your batteries can hold up to the amperage rating. If you're wondering, just take 4.2, which is the voltage of a fully charged 18650 battery, and divide it by your ohm rating. That will tell you what amperage rating you need for your battery. So again, I'm Evan with Influence Vapor. Thanks for watching.